The gentleman yields back. I now recognize the gentleman from Pennsylvania, Dr. John Joyce, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Administrator Regan for appearing here today. I am very concerned about the EPA's proposed ETO emissions and draft regulation decision. While the EPA acknowledges that your actions could lead to sterilizer facility closures and cause shortages in sterile medical devices, the EPA does not identify the magnitude, size, impact, or location of these shortages. In college, I spent a summer in the central supply and sterilization unit of a community hospital. I can say with firsthand knowledge how critical adequate sterilizing procedures are for surgery and for medical procedures, and ultimately for patient safety. That is why I'm particularly concerned when I hear the FDA's Director of Partnership and Technology Innovation, Dr. Susan Schwartz's warning on this matter, and I quote her, "We would be concerned if even one additional facility shut down. We will start to see spot shortages. There is no question about that. In terms of more catastrophic national impact, with 2 facility shutdowns, it is almost a certainty," unquote. At an event on April 28th, FDA Commissioner Kaloff was asked about the ETO rulemaking and stated, quote, "This issue is very much on the forefront for us. We are highly aware of it, and we are engaged in discussions. I'm very worried," unquote. FDA submitted extensive comments to the EPA as part of the interagency review, and it appears that none of them were addressed by the EPA. So now, I'm very worried. Question for you, Administrator Regan. Do you commit that the EPA will not publish a final rule until it has developed plans that the FDA has approved to ensure that a sufficient supply of all sterilized medical devices, and can make a commitment that these rules will not impact patients' access to safe, sterile medical devices or put any lives at risk?
We absolutely will make the commitment to continue to work with the FDA and ensure that our rules do not have any kind of worry for the FDA, along with these facilities. And let me just say that our path to this has been with the backdrop of the EPA Inspector General citing us for not acting and complying with the law.
I think that dialogue is so important. I thank you for that commitment. And while I appreciate your efforts, my concern as a doctor is to ensure that my patients, my constituents, receive the care and the safety that they need with that care. Can you commit to providing our committee with a briefing alongside the FDA by May 24th so we can be assured that the EPA's actions do not impact patient access to critical sterile medical devices?
We can commit to that.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. And now, figuratively and literally switching gears, I'm also concerned about a potential waiver granted by the EPA for California's Advanced Clean Cars 2 regulations. These regulations will mandate 100% electric vehicle sales by 2035. Since 17 states representing over 40% of the automotive market have already adopted some aspect of California's regulations, this mandate has a potential to spread rapidly. Administrator Regan, do you think that it is appropriate that granting one state a waiver will dramatically disrupt the entire American automobile market?
We have not received the waiver that you're referencing.
We will make sure that you receive that. And I want to just have a clarification.
It would have to come from the state of California. The state of California hasn't submitted a waiver for Clean Cars to the EPA.
We will make sure that you see what that waiver is. Do you feel that your administration and the Biden administration supports the ban of selling new vehicles with internal combustion engines starting in 2035?
No, not at all.
You do not support a ban of internal combustion automobiles or any vehicles by 2035?
No, I don't support that, and neither do our regulations. By the way, our regulations don't ban anything. They're technology standards that guide the future and especially complement the market.
Do you support that the consumer should have the choice of what type of vehicle they drive, that the trucking industry, that the automobile industry has that right to purchase individual vehicles that have internal combustion engines?
I absolutely do. That's why I'm such a strong proponent of E15 biofuels, advanced biofuels. I don't see a near-term future where we don't have a fuel supply that complements electric vehicles and provides customers choice.
I think it is so important that those individual choice by my constituents, by the American public, are so important. Thank you for making that commitment to us today. Thank you again for presenting yourself to us today. And Chairman Johnson, I yield the remainder of my time.